Hi guys, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
You play the role of Sarah Howard, John Moore, and Dr. Chrysler. Was there any quirk you got to know from each other while shooting, in any scene?
Quirk.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good word. We're all a bit quirky, I think, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
There's a little quirkiness.
We got to know one another really well, became very close throughout shooting, and have stayed very close. And I, think that we will for a long time. So we got to see a lot of quirks.
We were talking about one last night at dinner where Dakota knows she used to be able to. She knew all our lines. She knew everybody's lines. So often, if I forgot a line, she'd just say it, and I'd be like, "How do you know my lines?" It was extraordinary. You just have a photographic memory, which I was always mesmerized by.
And only needed 1 or 2 takes. I always needed 14 or 15. Directors were always happy after the first one.
Yeah.
Well, we can do one for safety, but actually that was great. Annoying.
Aww.
And I taught her some German as well.
Oh,
Her nickname in German is...
Schlitzohr.
Schlitzohr. I really like that.
Miss Howard, wie sind Sie mit dem Selbstmord Ihres Vaters fertig geworden?
Sarah, das ist etwas, worauf du nicht antworten musst.
John hat sich dem Alkohol zugewandt. Was tun Sie?
Chrysler, das reicht jetzt!
You've been shooting 6 months in Budapest and everything was so detailed. Was there any scene that was really difficult to shoot for you guys?
There was one we talked about quite a few times, which was I don't know, maybe it's episode 2 or 3, where Sarah and John go to a tenement block to meet one of the murdered children's parents, and they're Italian immigrants who live in a tenement block where there was no regulation, so there was 20 people per apartment. These apartments had no bathrooms, there was no hygiene, there was no air. It was quite terrifying, and they built these to scale, and it was hot. It was full of actors, fantastic actors. It was like a punch in the face, wasn't it? So it was so real and so desperate. The scene really hit us quite dramatically, and seeing the desperation of these people and the poverty that they lived in, and this was real life. That really was what it was like in 1896 in the Lower East Side for a lot of people.
Ich habe keine Ahnung, was sich Mr. Addison jetzt wieder ausgedacht hat. Vielleicht sollten wir es uns ansehen.
Dakota, can you describe or can you say these 2 men have something similar or in common with their crazy characters?
Oh.
Be careful.
I know, right? That's a complicated question. I think that the reason that we wanted to play these characters inevitably is because we relate to something about them. I think as actors, it's oftentimes what draws you into a project is that you see either a part of yourself that you like or don't like in the character that they're playing, or sometimes it just happens. So I don't know specifically, but I think, yeah, of course, they must share some things.